This summer was the biggest surprise for me. And I don't mean a surprise in a good way. We did have good hits like Guardians of the Galaxy, which was #1 at the box office. But then we had #2, Transformers: Age of Extinction, which did remarkably well overseas and also well nationwide. Why in the world did more people go see Transformers: Age of Extinction and not Edge of Tomorrow? I don't get it. Hello and welcome to the Master Reviews. I am your host, El Movie Master, and today we are reviewing Edge of Tomorrow, also known as Live, Die, and Repeat. This title was given for its Blu-Ray release. It was originally just titled Edge of Tomorrow, and it's actually based on a manga known as All You Need Is Kill. So right about now you might be asking yourself, what is Edge of Tomorrow about? And what makes the film stand out? Well, the movie's a sci-fi, and it stars Tom Cruise. And the movie is basically about an alien race that manages to infiltrate on Earth, and Tom Cruise is forced to go on the line to battle these aliens, along with a group of other soldiers. And things get complicated when he's killed on the line. One of the aliens, the alien's blood gets inside Tom Cruise's character, and he has to relive each day after that event. So he gets killed, and the day starts all over again, but he remembers the previous events. And as each day progresses, or as each repetition progresses, he gets better at what he does. He knows how the enemy is going to attack, he knows what's going to happen. Now, say what you will about Tom Cruise in his personal life. Yes, the guy is an advocate for Scientology. Yes, he had a tumultuous relationship with Katie Holmes, which was highly publicized, but the guy can make good movies. And he still does. You know, this movie is amazing. I'm shocked that this movie did not do well in movie theaters. The movie did do its money back, but it didn't perform up to expectations. I mean, according to box office records, 2014 was one of the lowest performing summers of all time. And it's sad, you know, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have predicted that somewhere along the line, blockbusters are going to disappear due to the advent of Netflix, Hulu, and all these other services. But the thing is that if you make a good movie and you have a good word of mouth, you can present this movie anywhere and people will like it and people will go see it. But what happened with this movie was the advertisement. There wasn't that much advertisement for the film, and the trailers for this movie did not make the movie look as good as it actually is. In the movie, Tom Cruise is portrayed as this really big hero when his character is complete opposite of that. He's a coward who has to learn each day as the day repeats itself, learn how to battle better, how to understand the tactics of the military, understand the tactics of his weaponry. But yeah, I'm really disappointed that this movie did not do well in theaters. I mean, we had Transformers: Age of Extinction, the 4th film in the franchise, doing incredibly well in the box office. It did even better overseas. It did immensely well in China. And that's actually what's happening now. A lot of movies are marketed for the Chinese market and for other countries as well because there's more people out there, but that's another story. The point is that this movie did not do well in theaters and it was amazing. I can go as far as saying this movie's a masterpiece. This movie's up there with other classics. As another YouTuber mentioned, this movie can be compared to The Terminator, to Aliens. It's classic. It's really, really that good. But sadly, a lot of people didn't watch it for multiple reasons. The trailer did not make this movie look as good as it actually is, as I mentioned. And, of course, Tom Cruise. A lot of people kind of back away from Tom Cruise's films. But he's done a lot of good movies, and this is no exception. Now, as for the Blu-ray, as you can expect, the Blu-ray looks amazing. This movie was shot in digital, so there's no imperfections in the movie. The transfer is pristine. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's a couple of special features that are pretty good. There's one which is Weapons of the Future, where the director and the actors in the film talk about their experience working with the weaponry that they use, this really heavy weaponry. It kind of looks like the machine that's used in Avatar, the one that they move around. Kind of like the thing that was used in Aliens, which has kind of been imitated in a couple of films. where someone gets inside this machine and they're moving around. Anyway, they actually built it. They played around to see if they could actually use it in the real world. And apparently the military is working on something like this. That's according to what they're saying in the special features. And then you have On the Edge with Doug Liman. Doug Liman talks about his experience working on this film. And there's a couple other special features where they show you how the aliens were designed and also the different type of aliens they use. So it's a very good Blu-ray, and the movie, as I said, is amazing. I give this movie an A+. So yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, please do. If you don't want to purchase it, if you're kind of like, I don't know, I don't think this movie's going to be that good, it's not my type of movie, I don't like Tom Cruise, please, give it a shot. Go to Redbox. If it's on Netflix, give it a go. It's definitely worth it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, please leave them down below. Also, starting next week, I'm going to start reviewing all of George A. Romero's zombie movies. We're getting very close to Halloween, so it seems fitting to start reviewing some of his movies, since he's the one pretty much responsible for stuff like The Walking Dead, which is very, very popular right now. So I'll be starting with Night of the Living Dead. Probably on Friday I'll upload that video. And it's going to end with Survival of the Dead, which is the last film he has directed. Anyway, from now until then, accept no substitutes. The Master is here.